the moment we locked eyes.
The next 2 years are going to be an adrenaline-packed ride for you and me, as some of the most anticipated thriller films hit theaters in 2025 and 2026. We have got psychological tension to high-octane action. These upcoming releases promise to keep you on the edge of your seat. So, let's jump into the best upcoming thriller movies for 2025 and 2026. Companion, January 10th, 2025. Companion is a psychological thriller film directed by Drew Hancock, making his feature film debut. Starring Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid, the movie follows a couple in a tense, unsettling relationship. It's produced by the team behind the cult horror hit Barbarian, with Raphael Margulis, J.D. Lifshitz, Zach Kreger, and Roy Lee on board. The movie is set to hit theaters in the U.S. on January 10, 2025, with an international premiere just before that on January 8th. It's rated R due to strong violence, sexual content, and language, signaling a more intense viewing experience. The cast features Sophie Thatcher, known for Yellow Jackets and The Boogeyman, and Jack Quaid, recognized for roles in The Boys and Oppenheimer. Additional cast members include Rupert Friend from Obi-Wan Kenobi, Harvey Gillen from What We Do in the Shadows, Lucas Gage from Smile 2, and Megan Suri from Never Have I Ever. While much of the plot remains unknown, the teaser trailer hints at a dark and complex dynamic. Quaid's character appears to dominate Thatcher's, who may not be entirely human, possibly an android or a robot designed as a companion. The tagline teases a new kind of love story, suggesting a blend of romance and horror, much like Megan, but with a darker, more mature approach. The trailer itself gives a glimpse of unsettling elements like handcuffs and scenes heavy with tension, hinting at themes of control, violence, and possibly a struggle for independence from a domineering partner. Guy Ritchie's In the Grey, January 17, 2025. Guy Ritchie's In the Grey is set to bring his distinctive action thriller style back to the screen, and excitement is mounting. After the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, Ritchie quickly began work on In the Grey, officially announced at CinemaCon 2024. Ritchie reunites with the Covenant's Jake Gyllenhaal and Ungentlemanly Warfare's Henry Cavill, two powerhouse actors who anchor this new story. The cast also features Isa Gonzalez as a hostage negotiator central to the plot, and Rosamund Pike, who joins after her acclaimed role in Saltburn. Ritchie's connection with these actors creates a familiar, collaborative environment on set, described by Cavill as feeling like family. In true Ritchie fashion, In the Grey will follow two extraction specialists, Gyllenhaal and Cavill, tasked with rescuing a hostage negotiator. The protagonists operate in a morally gray space, straddling the line between legality and criminality, which is a hallmark of Ritchie's storytelling. The CinemaCon sizzle reel hints at high stakes and explosive action, including a shootout, a daring escape under fire, and Gyllenhaal launching a rocket at a helicopter. The storyline revolves around recovering money stolen from a criminal tycoon named Salazar, hinting at complex motivations and alliances typical of Ritchie's style. Filming took place in the Canary Islands, benefiting from an interim SAG-AFTRA agreement amid the strikes, which allowed it to stay on schedule. The January 17, 2025 release is set, and with Warner Brothers distributing, fans can expect a broad theatrical release. Following several critically acclaimed releases, In the Grey could be another hit for Ritchie, blending action, complex characters, and the humor fans love. Levon's Trade, January 17, 2025. Another action thriller movie will come on the same day as In the Grey. This one will be directed by David Ayer, with a script by Ayer and Sylvester Stallone based on Chuck Dixon's novel. Jason Statham stars as Levon Cade, a former Black Ops agent who has settled into a quiet life as a construction worker alongside his daughter. However, his peace is shattered when someone in his life goes missing, forcing him to rely on his dangerous skills once more. The film's cast includes David Harbour, Michael Pena, Jason Fleming, and Ariana Rivas, who plays a character named Jenny. Isla Guy joins as Levon's daughter, with additional roles played by Noemi Gonzalez, Emma J. Scanlon, Eve Moreau, and Maximilian Ozinski. Originally conceived as a TV series through Stallone's Balboa Productions, Levon's Trade was later reworked into a feature film. MGM picked up U.S. distribution rights, while international distribution was handled by independent distributors. The movie, filmed in London, wrapped production in May 2024. Levon's Trade is scheduled for release on January 17 and may lead to sequels given Dixon's expansive series of novels. Black Bag, March 14, 2025. Steven Soderbergh, known for his diverse and impressive filmography, is directing the upcoming spy thriller Black Bag. Soderbergh has delivered everything from popular hits like Ocean's 11 to indie gems like Sex, Lies, and Videotape, and now he's tackling a new espionage story. The film stars Cate Blanchett and Michael Fassbender, with a supporting cast including Pierce Brosnan, Regé-Jean Page, Marissa Abela, Naomi Harris, and Tom Burke. While the plot details are unknown, Soderbergh has described it as a twist on Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, but with intelligence professionals who have also complicated personal and emotional lives. The Amateur, April 11, 2025. The Amateur will be directed by James Hawes. After his success with Slow Horses, Hawes is back with another espionage thriller, this time featuring Oscar winner Rami Malek in the lead. Malek plays a CIA cryptographer whose wife is killed in a terrorist attack. When the agency fails to act, Malek's character forces them into training him so he can seek revenge on those responsible. The film also stars Lawrence Fishburne, known for The Matrix, and Rachel Brosnahan from The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Originally set for a November 2024 release, The Amateur is now slated for its new April 2025 date, and it's shaping up to be an intense, action-packed thriller with a strong cast and a gripping plot. The Accountant 2, April 25, 2025. The Accountant 2 will be bringing back Ben Affleck as Christian Wolf, the brilliant yet deadly autistic accountant. In this sequel, Wolf teams up with Treasury agent Mary Beth Medina to investigate the murder of her former boss. As they get closer to the truth, they attract the attention of ruthless assassins. Joining Affleck are John Bernthal as Wolf's mercenary brother Brax, and J.K. Simmons will reprise his role from the first film. Directed by Gavin O'Connor, the sequel promises more action, mystery, and, of course, plenty of accounting. Fans of the original film's unique blend of thrilling action and intricate plot can look forward to the continuation of this gripping story. Flower Vale Street, May 16, 2025. It's been a while since we've seen a new movie from David Robert Mitchell. After his debut with The Myth of the American Sleepover, he knocked it out of the park with the unsettling horror hit It Follows. He then gave us the quirky neo-noir Under the Silver Lake, which didn't quite perform at the box office and got a mixed reception. Because of that, you could say Mitchell kind of disappeared from the spotlight. But now he's back in action, and his new movie Flower Vale Street is set to release on May 16, 2025. The details around the film are pretty mysterious. We know Ewan McGregor, Anne Hathaway, Christian Convery, and Maisie Stella are starring, and Mitchell is also writing the script. There's some buzz about dinosaurs and a possible 80s setting, but that's just all speculation for now. What we do know for sure is that the movie will be in IMAX, and it's being called a thrill ride, which definitely has us intrigued. We're excited to see what Mitchell brings to the table with his fourth film. Ballerina, June 6, 2025. Next year, we'll return to the world of bulletproof suits and secret assassin societies with Ballerina. Directed by Len Wiseman, known for Underworld and Live Free or Die Hard, the film stars Ana de Armas as the titular ballerina, a killer trained by the Ruska Roma, a crime family that also trained John Wick. In the movie, de Armas' character seeks revenge on those who killed her parents. Angelica Houston will reprise her role as the director. Lance Reddick will return as Sharon. Ian McShane will charm us again as Winston, and Keanu Reeves will appear as John Wick. The film is set between John Wick 3 and 4. New cast members include Gabriel Byrne, Norman Reedus, Catalina Sandino, David Castaneda, and Sharon Duncan Brewster. The original script was written by Shay Hatton, who worked on the last two John Wick films, with rewrites by Emerald Fennell. The release date was pushed back after Chad Stahelski was brought in to help Wiseman film additional action scenes. Mercy, August 15, 2025. Mercy is a sci-fi thriller starring Chris Pratt, directed by Timur Bekmambetov. In this film, Pratt plays a detective in a future where capital crime is on the rise. Accused of a serious crime, his character must prove his innocence to avoid the death penalty. Rebecca Ferguson, coming off her success in Dune Part 2, joins Pratt alongside a solid supporting cast that includes Kaylee Reese, Annabelle Wallace, Chris Sullivan, Kenneth Choi, Jeff Pierre, and Kylie Rogers. With its futuristic high-stakes plot and strong performances, Mercy promises to be a gripping watch. Saw 11, September 26, 2025. One of the biggest surprises of 2023 was how great Saw X turned out to be. By bringing back Tobin Bell's John Kramer and making him more sympathetic, the film breathed new life into the franchise. It even became the first Saw movie to get a positive Rotten Tomatoes score and grossed $111 million at the box office on a $13 million budget. While it's still unclear whether Saw 11 will be a midquel like Saw X, set between the first and third films when Kramer was still alive, or take a new direction, it's likely the movie will pick up where Saw X left off. The mid-credit scene in Saw X showed Jigsaw reuniting with his protege Mark Hoffman, so there could be more to explore there. Kevin Greutert, who directed Saw 6 and Saw 3D, is returning to direct, and Marcus Dunstan and Patrick Melton, who wrote the scripts for the 4th to 7th films, will be penning the script. Dunstan teased that the new movie will have something new to say and will be angry, so we can expect another intense chapter in the series. Soulmate, January 2nd, 2026. The Megan universe is getting an intriguing new chapter with Soulmate, an erotic thriller with a tech twist, set for a January 2nd, 2026 release. Developed by Atomic Monster and Blumhouse, the film is directed by Kate Dolan, known for You Are Not My Mother, who reworked the original script by Raphael Jordan, known for Salvage Marines, based on a story by James Wan, Ingrid Bisu, and Jordan. The plot of Soulmate follows a man dealing with the loss of his wife who buys an AI android to fill the void. But his attempt to create a truly sentient partner has unexpected consequences. The android, originally a harmless love bot, becomes a dangerously obsessed soulmate. The film aims to capture the suspense of classic 90s domestic thrillers, updated with a modern tech-focused edge. Dolan sees the film as more than just a thriller, describing it as a deep dive into themes of relationships and loneliness. She noted, despite technological advances, there are enduring human truths we cannot escape, and I'm looking forward to delving into those depths. James Wan and Jason Blum, who saw Megan turn into a box office hit with $181 million in earnings, are producing Soulmate. Michael Clear and Judson Scott from Wan's Atomic Monster banner will executive produce, along with Bisu. Elena Glasthal is overseeing the project for Atomic Monster. Wan expressed excitement about the collaboration with Dolan, saying, "We're excited to partner with Kate to bring this story to life with her unique cinematic vision and point of view." For Megan fans, the new thriller joins an expanding universe following the success of Megan 2.0. Scream 7, February 27, 2026. After some uncertainty about production following Scream 6 in 2023, we finally got some exciting updates on the next chapter of this iconic horror franchise. Just to refresh your memory, the Scream series kicked off back in 1996, and we've been watching Sidney Prescott battle the masked killer ever since. There have been tons of sequels, including the latest ones, Scream 5 and Scream 6, which introduced new faces while sidelining Sidney. Now, with Scream 7, a new director and some fresh casting changes, we're in for another thrilling ride. It's a relief to finally get a confirmed release date for Scream 7. Production started back in August 2023, but the SAG-AFTRA strikes and some casting shakeups caused some delays. We were all a little nervous when Christopher Landon stepped down as director in December 2023, but now Kevin Williamson, who wrote the original Scream, is on board and things are back on track. Hopefully no more delays. As for the plot, we don't have many details yet, but Scream 7 is set to head in a new direction. Sam's story won't continue in this movie, meaning her arc from Scream 5 and Scream 6 will wrap up. After that crazy ending in Scream 6, fans thought Sam might be the next Ghostface, but that's not the case anymore. Instead, Sidney Prescott is coming back to the center of the story. Neve Campbell is reprising her role as Sidney after sitting out Scream 6, and it looks like her storyline will have a vibe similar to Jamie Lee Curtis's return in the recent Halloween films. Like Laurie Strode, Sidney will confront her past trauma head-on. With different killers behind the Ghostface mask in each movie, it'll be interesting to see how this one ties everything together. There's even speculation we might see Stu Macher again, since his death was never confirmed. Will he be back for revenge against Sidney? There are also some big cast changes. Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega won't be returning as Sam and Tara, which is a big shift since they've been key characters in the past two films. It's still unclear if Jasmine Savoy Brown and Mason Gooding will return as Mindy and Chad. On the plus side, Neve Campbell is definitely back, and fans are hoping Patrick Dempsey will return as Detective Mark Kincaid, along with Courtney Cox as Gale Weathers, though those are still unconfirmed. Mike Flanagan's Exorcist, March 13, 2026. Mike Flanagan is putting his own spin on The Exorcist with Blumhouse and Morgan Creek. After the box office letdown of The Exorcist Believer in 2023, Flanagan, known for Dr. Sleep, is stepping up as the director, writer, and producer for this new film. Unlike the 2023 sequel, Flanagan's version will introduce a brand new story within the Exorcist universe, rather than continuing directly from the previous movie. He'll be producing alongside Trevor Macy through his Red Room Pictures, with John Scherer also involved. This marks Flanagan's fourth collaboration with Blumhouse, following films like Oculus, Hush, and Ouija Origin of Evil. Flanagan is especially excited about the project, citing The Exorcist as a major inspiration for his career and promising a fresh, terrifying take on the franchise. Jason Blum from Blumhouse is just as eager, calling Flanagan's approach a much-needed boost for horror fans. David Robinson from Morgan Creek also expressed confidence in Flanagan's vision, teasing an exciting new direction for this horror classic. The Batman Part 2, October 2, 2026. Robert Pattinson is definitely back as Bruce Wayne, which is awesome since he brought a fresh, gritty vibe to the character in the first film. I'm excited to see how he builds on that in The Batman Part 2. One of the coolest things about this sequel is its connection to the upcoming HBO Max series about the Penguin, which will explore more of Gotham's criminal underworld. With the Riddler returning and hints of a new Joker, things are about to get even darker and more intense. Fans are buzzing about the potential storyline, with some speculating that it could be based on the No Man's Land comic arc. In this epic storyline, Gotham gets cut off from the world after a major earthquake, turning the city into a chaotic war zone. If Matt Reeves goes this route, we're in for some seriously intense action and drama that'll take the dark atmosphere of Gotham to a whole new level. While we don't have all the details about the cast yet, we can trust Matt Reeves to deliver something special. The first film stood out for focusing on Batman's detective skills and the gritty noir vibe of Gotham, so I'm expecting the sequel to dive even deeper into that complexity and darkness. Production is expected to start in early 2025, according to Andy Serkis, who played Alfred, so while we'll have to wait a little while, it's exciting to know things are in motion. Untitled Christopher Nolan film, July 17, 2026. Christopher Nolan's next film is shaping up to be a spy thriller, marking a shift away from sci-fi. The Oscar-winning director has sparked some serious buzz by casting Tom Holland alongside Matt Damon, who's already on board. Filming is slated to begin in early 2025, with the movie set to hit IMAX screens on July 17, 2026. After nearly 2 decades with Warner Brothers, Nolan is teaming up with Universal Pictures for this project, which also produced his recent success, Oppenheimer. Reports suggest this won't be the long-rumored big-screen adaptation of the 1960s British series The Prisoner. Holland is gearing up for a big year, having just wrapped up a successful run in Romeo and Juliet in London, and he's set to film a 4th Spider-Man movie in 2025 after working with Nolan. Nolan's Oppenheimer was a massive success, earning 7 Academy Awards, including Best Director for Nolan. The star-studded cast featured Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr., Emily Blunt, and others. Reflecting on its success, Nolan mentioned the film's strong appeal to younger audiences and its emotional depth, particularly the importance of the historical story. With hits like Inception, Dunkirk, and his Batman trilogy, Nolan's reputation for delivering high-impact films is more than solid. Well, that's it. Let me know which movie you are most excited about in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel to get updated regularly with the latest update. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you in the next one.